All right, everybody, this is Scymrian,
Greetings. This is Paul, quote unquote, Phrawger Ranger.
and we are here to bring you some Yomi for the first time.
Hot Yomi action.
What we got going on tonight is we have 27 versus Fusxfaranto in Losers Round 2 of the Yomi Olympic Carnival.
Oh, this is a match that I've been very excited for because it's two of our pals finally being able to duke it out in a tournament setting.
Yeah, this is very exciting for us because the four of us are all very close. Some of you might know that we all run in the same social group. And it's pretty good to finally get to see them play something for stakes.
Yep. And it's nice to not have our goon squad be only one-sided for once.
Yeah.
Finally, we're going to get to clown on both of them at the exact same time, and it's going to be glorious.
Yeah, instead of ganging up on one of you other ones here in the community and just kind of making you feel bad, we're just going to get to make fun of both of them and have a great time.
Yeah, you're welcome, by the way.
So I brought up some numbers to get ready for this, just looking at their team composition. So the Yomi Olympic Carnival is being run in the Conquest format, for those of you who might not be familiar. And what that means is each player has a 3-character stable. Each round is selected in a double blind fashion, and if you win with a character, that character is eliminated.
Right. And this is a format that I've come to love because you get 5 different matchups in your best of 5 game here.
Yeah. They're all
at the very least 3 if someone completely wipes it.
Yeah.
But
they're all guaranteed
all
to be
different.
different.
It's going to be completely different, and I love it.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So 27 is playing DeGray, Menelker, and Quince. And Fusxfaranto is playing Gwen, Argagarg, and Balbas Beta. And so what I did was I looked into the common matchup charts in the community. I created my own composite one a while back as a resource to make this easier on myself. And I found that out of the 9 possible matchups, 27's characters are favored in 5 of them. Fush is in 3, and 1 is even. So
that's relatively balanced. I think that works out pretty well.
Yeah, it's not that bad. I've seen worse. So DeGray is advantaged over Gwen and BBB, and even with Argagarg. So that's an advantage for 27. Menelker loses to Gwen and Argagarg, but is advantaged against BBB. So that's an advantage for Fush. And Quince is advantaged over Argagarg and also Gwen, while disadvantaged to BBB. So that's another advantage for 27.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about the way that these 9 matchups work out in Olympic Carnival is that you can see that one team may be heavily favored against another, and this is one of the more balanced ones. I've been on the receiving end of some pretty bad matchups because I picked poorly. But what ends up happening is you don't see all 9 of those matchups in this because it's a best of 5.
Right.
So the scenario could happen where we get all 3 of Fush's advantage matchups here, and he can just take it.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you win with your best character, they're out. So you can't just play the character you're most comfortable with all the way to victory.
Yeah, the way that counterpicking works is very different and pretty strategic in this. I like the way that this format is making us think differently about the way that we use characters and when we bring in particular characters.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. And it has the advantages of the double blind format that some people like, without the disadvantage of complete randomness. You know ahead of time that your opponent's options are restricted. You know that you're probably not going to hit the same disadvantaged matchup 2 times in a row, so it doesn't have that feel bad element to it. It's just all over very fun format.
Yep.
I'm glad to have it here.
The room is up now.
Yeah. Very exciting.
This is going to be good.
All right, so it's double blind character selection for every round, and they're playing on a medium speed timer, kind of the tournament standard around here.
Yep.
And it's exciting. I was trying to think about who I think's going to win, and it's hard to tell. I think both of them, having played both of them a bunch, are on a somewhat similar skill level.
I'd agree.
And
I think I can agree with
sample size is really low in terms of tournament results, too. Their 27's tournaments are like she's 11 and 14, and Fuchs is only 6 and 9. They have a similar win percentage, and neither of them have a ton of experience.
Mm-hmm.
The complicating factor here is that they have played against each other a ton in casuals.
Right. So in this case, reads may or may not do real.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. All right. So here we are. Quince versus Argagarg, which, again, on paper, this one is favored for 27. As we can see, Fuchs is not very happy about this being the first match. But we'll see what happens here. I agree. It's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not the worst out of all the ones that could have been picked.
Right, absolutely. Oh, that's a good result.
There we go. There's a good way to start this.
Yeah. Never combo, never pump. That's a lot of aces coming out.
Yeah. Getting down to business.
Yeah, we shall not putter about.
Yes. And hey, equal life after turn 1. That's exactly where I wants to be. It's fine.
It's good.
Okay, there's a queen out of the way.
Yeah, and Argagarg is not one of the characters that has any way to get those back. Can't recur anything but aces.
Yeah.
It's fine. The queen is not as important for Argagarg as it would be in other matchups because jacks are just as good against Quince.
Yeah.
Quince being slow as dirt.
Yeah.
And on her back, 27 is.
Yep.
Oh, all right, we got a bubble shield active, so this is bad news for
That's
27.
unfortunate.
Yeah, so the next time she does win combat, it's not going to do any damage. And in addition to that, she's going to be taking 4 damage a turn instead of just 2 from Argagarg's passive ability here. So,
okay, she got some use out of the positive spin.
Yeah, positive spin activates on chip damage, and the ace does not stop chip damage, so the fact that she has positive spin here is good and might help her get out of the bubble faster. There we go.
Hey, there you go.
So bubble damage minimized. Not a huge deal here.
Yep, good call there.
And with Argagarg on his back, his passive does not activate.
Mm-hmm. Now we know that Fuchs has another ace here.
Yes.
So
aces count as odds for cross-ups.
Yep.
Which is important to keep in mind.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh.
She got it wrong.
Like somebody didn't keep that in mind.
I really love Yomi. Yomi is great because every single interaction in the game has that rock, paper, scissors element to it. It's what it was built around, and it keeps you thinking.
Yeah. I'm actually a little concerned about that odd attack there because Fuchs powered up 3 8s to get those aces earlier.
Oh,
so...
yeah.
Oh, well, looks like that's not going to matter.
Yeah, if this isn't a joker. Yeah, okay.
Nope, not even. Yep.
She's out of the bubble shield here, so.
So that's 2 bubbles up and down. That's really unfortunate for Fuchs here, but...
At the same time, he has a commanding life lead now. Like, this is significant.
Yep, that's true.
On a very similar card expenditure.
Okay.
All right.
That's good.
Yeah.
Something needs to happen here pretty soon.
Yeah, and
he's having to take control of this game again.
Yeah, getting those cards, a little bit of card up is good for her, but she's falling more and more behind. That's the nature of Argagarg.
Yeah, She does have aces in hand, though, so she can pick out an attack or throw.
Right.
There we go.
She dodges here.
There we go.
No jokers in the
this
yard.
This is going to be okay. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, man.
So she just went for the Q and got the knockdown. So at least she didn't spend an ace.
Yeah.
That's good news for her. Yeah.
That was wise.
She doesn't get spin, though. Oh.
Ooh, footsies.
Yeah. So that's a big undercut.
Yep. 6 attack against Arg. Do we like that? That doesn't. I don't feel like I like 6 attack against Arg most days.
It's interesting.
That's the most diplomatic way to put it.
It does beat the ace block on wake up.
Yeah.
And there's always the chance that he's gonna throw, which you have to be concerned about. So it's not the worst option. 27 is known for getting a little greedy in her combat options sometimes.
Yep. Oh,
there we go. Yeah, that's a consent. That's
all
not
right,
Patriot Mirror. Yeah, so
Speaking
the
of
second
greedy,
Joker. Oh, there we go.
Oh, the third ace into the Joker.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
16 damage is good, but it's not as good as 30 would have been.
No, it's not. And giving Arg more cards.
Yeah.
Arg doesn't need a lot of cards, but he doesn't mind them.
No. Yeah, Foosh is definitely ahead now. So the good news for 27 is that both Jokers are known gone.
Yeah.
We're countering our 2 truths.
No, that's tax.
Tax, okay. That's not as bad. So
yeah.
That was a mistake.
Well, that's 2 counters down now.
Yeah.
So. But Foosh is way deep in his deck.
Yeah. He's pretty far ahead here.
That's what 2 successful Jokers
That'll do for you. And we haven't seen 1 from 27 yet.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yikes.
So, is that what her spin was? Yeah, she's going to spin out of that so that the shield doesn't activate and she gets to draw a card, so that's good news.
Yeah, that works almost like a block.
Almost.
I think that ace hit keeps her in this game, but how does she turn this one around, do you think?
It's hard to say.
I mean, not that.
Yeah, that's not what she wants to do. No.
Yeah, at this point it's just win combats.
Win combats, win a lot of combats, maximize damage where you can, get knocked down where you can to minimize that bleed.
Yeah. This is getting
yeah, it's pulling
pretty dicey. Oh, it's comeback time.
It's comeback time.
For a split second, it was comeback time.
25 left. Comeback time is over.
Yep. We had a good run, lads.
Spoosh knows. He got the message.
Oh, no one goon squads like our goon squad.
All right.
Oh,
yeah,
that hurts.
And that's pretty brutal.
Footsies under the ace is bad.
So,
yeah.
That Joker being real will help a little bit, but she's going to need more than that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, unfortunately, most of 27's moves this game have been keeping her in the game, but not necessarily winning it.
Staying in the game is not enough against Argagarg, because
Yeah.
the game ends when you play against Argagarg.
Yeah.
It takes a while, but the game ends.
Yeah, and especially for Quince. Quince needs a good series of card advantage or well-placed moves in order to get up on this one.
When he's right, he can do the damage, but he's not as right as you would think someone would be who lies as much as him.
Yeah, that's correct.
All right.
And no counter on this one. Okay.
Yeah, and this is some card digging, so this is good news.
Yeah, she's going to get 1 face card from this at least, which is nice.
I'm not skilled enough with quints to really commentate on the splits here.
I think in general you want to get a king in your hand, but I don't know how you make that happen. Well, that's how.
I guess that does it.
There you go.
Yeah, so Foosh disagreed. Maybe, again, at this point, these two would both know this matchup way better than I would.
I don't expect a counter on this tax because we didn't see one.
We didn't see one on the Two Truths, and Two Truths is a more powerful
That's the one
card.
that you want to counter.
Right, absolutely.
Okay, so there's a tax on attacking, but I don't think Foosh is too worried about the tax.
Yeah, and we're taxing without a spin.
Here. Ooh, wow.
Yeah, she's just going for it.
Well, there's the 7th row.
Fake face down. Yeah, at this point, if you're Foosh, you're not even comboing into face downs. No.
Oh, you got to be really right here.
Yeah.
And that's not it.
I'm not interested in trying to do the math here because by the time I'm done doing the math, the game will be over to see whether or not she can possibly win from that spot, you know?
Yep.
So,
and that's that.
that's that.
All right.
So Foosh goes up 1 game and Argagarg is out of the character selection.
All right.
So from here, 27 can go to any of her 3 characters, and Fusxfaranto can stick with Gwen or BBB. So
if you're 27 here, who do you switch to?
That's...
Or do you stick with Quince?
I might stick with Quince. It's gonna kind of depend how I'm feeling. So Quince does lose to Bulbasaur Beta here. With Argagarg gone, maybe I go to Manelker. That's a 50-50. They're both 50-50s.
All right. Well.
Yeah. So Quince against Gwen is again on paper favored for Quince. Foosh got a little notoriety in the community when he 3-0'd Mom Destroyer with Gwen.
Yeah, Foosh is really comfortable with Gwen, so again, I don't think this is going to be one decided just by the matchup.
No, absolutely not. Turn 1
that's
Queens.
for starters.
Yeah. I like the turn 1 throw from Quince. It's been discussed a lot in the community lately that a lot of the time Gwen's opening hand doesn't line up well, so she needs to block. So turn 1 throw against Gwen is a pretty decent play.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, but Foosh's hand is looking pretty solid at the moment.
Yeah, and Quince is Glacier Slow, which is the opposite of Gwen. Early Joker is good.
Yeah.
So Gwen, the game will end when Gwen plays, one way or the other, just like Arg, but just the opposite. With Gwen slowly killing herself, just stalling off damage early is good, especially when Foosh is going a little aggressive with the combos in the early game.
Yeah. Yeah, I had the esteemed pleasure of playing Arg against Gwen at one point to come back in my last Olympics match. You want a game to end?
Yeah, that'll do it.
You want to play?
Yeah, 4 damage a turn. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
That is brutal.
Gloria's Remedy this early.
Yeah.
But hey, if it gets you back up to full, that's not...
Yeah, it got the value. It was late enough that it was like all the healing was actually utilized. There was nothing wasted. It wasn't efficient.
Mm-hmm. And blocking an ace is pretty solid.
A 2-ace move. That was consent.
Yep.
So that's good, and that'll help bring Foosh back up cards-wise. I mean, not that Gwen needs the help, but Foosh had been aggressive with his combos, ran into the Joker, was a little behind. 10 turn 4 every time.
The Foosh special.
We have a Foosh special now. I'm glad.
I don't know if you get to decide what your special is by yourself.
Oh, dodging a queen.
This could be nice. There we go.
I'm not a huge fan of neutral DPs from characters who don't get to recur them.
Yeah. A match against Gwen that I had the other day, I think it's part of the Olympics one again, burned through enough DPs early on in the game that I was able to hedge my bets near the end.
Yeah. It's scarier. The threat of them is scarier.
Yeah.
And
though I guess in this matchup it's not as bad because I think all of Gwen's face cards are scary enough against Quinn's.
Right. Yeah, that's absolutely true. In fact, her 2 beats everything but his double ace move.
Oh,
so,
yikes.
Yeah.
Well, 3 cards off the spin.
Yeah.
And the tax, but this is going to hurt.
Yeah. This will hurt. Gwen can do a scary amount of damage here.
Yep.
Chains is good damage. The slowing down effect of chains isn't as important against Quince for the same reasons that we already mentioned.
Yeah.
But
ooh, okay.
Yep. I always forget the slowing down's only on one side anyway, and he hit with the links, so that's fine. That doesn't even count. But
well, now 27 has a Joker in hand.
Okay.
But didn't get any of those face cards back, so.
Right.
Yeah. And this is going to keep sucking.
If I'm 27, I'm very tempted to fake here. Yeah, there we go.
Yep, that was good. I like that.
Yeah.
That's totally fine.
Absolutely. And that bluff, that stays on the table until she actually pulls the trigger on that Joker.
Okay. What's the follow-up on this dodge look like?
A Q. Qs are good.
He gets knocked down.
Yep.
But he gets up again.
Can't keep him down.
But he gets knocked down again. So. '27's faring a little bit better in this round because you can take the hits against Gwen, and she's still crawling down after you, so.
Yeah.
All right, this is going to be a better result for 27 now, I think. Not that getting a Joker is bad, but getting the face cards that Quince is going to need to pull this around is...
Right.
That's going to make the difference in the end here. The Joker is cute, but you can't play around it forever.
Absolutely. So, Foosh
gave... Jack back in hand.
Yeah, Foosh gave the Jack and the 10. And
okay.
She's pulling the trigger on the 10 right now. For throw, she has a king spin active, so this is
right.
a...
Foosh might go for that again.
Right.
Ooh.
That's brutal.
Nice. Dodging out of an ace.
Yeah.
It's another queen. Landing 12 damage after all of these dodges is a pretty nice way to run this match.
Yeah, it's good. And here with another 2 truths, just like this, 27 is going to be pulling pretty cleanly ahead.
Yep.
So there's a 10 in both piles here. Just keeping the flow going.
Oh, that's dirty.
Yeah.
This is just like a politician.
Too many truths.
Too many truths. Yep.
Yeah, in that
I think I would
case,
have done what Foosh did there.
yeah, small piles is just fine in that situation there.
Small pile, give the card that you can attack out of pretty safely.
And again, we're just taxing against the spin.
Yep.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Pulls the block. The spin here is going to stop the remedy from going off.
Yep. Yep. Ugh.
Yeah, that's fairly brutal.
Tactically, I like playing against Quince because the decisions made are interesting, and I like the kind of effects with two truths in a lot of different situations. Mechanically, this gets abysmal at sometimes.
Yeah, I've noted before that a thing about Yomi is that basically anytime any character gets to do their thing, it feels incredibly oppressive. And it's never actually as bad as it feels, but...
Well, hey, not even just oppressively or doing things well, but just the nature of all of Quince's abilities specifically are I'm making decisions, and I need the time to make my decisions.
Mm.
And then it's going to affect how you play, but more often than not, it's going to take me more time to figure out what I'm doing than for you to respond to it.
Yeah. So 27 dodges a gold
nice.
Burst here.
That's... Whoa.
Is this the burst into burst? It's not.
Oh.
But I've seen that enough times that it's always a legitimate concern.
Definitely.
After a recent game with Migo Hunter, who was playing Quince, I made the comment that Quince is one of my favorite characters to play against. Not because I think I'm good at it, but because, to me, Quince kind of embodies the concepts of the game Yomi.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
And there's arguments to be made for other characters doing that. Grave's a great example. But for me, no character feels more like the game Yomi than Quince, for me personally.
Yeah, there's a lot of mind games that go on with Quince's play. And if you're not reading well enough, if you're not analyzing the situation well enough, if you're not responding to your opponent's moves well enough, and if your opponent isn't also doing the same, then, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 27 is getting him this game.
Play your damn cards.
Yeah, don't let the timer go out because you're too busy trash talking. The strategy talk is fun because they're pals.
Yeah.
And in fact, even just before this game started, I was talking strategy with both of them.
Yeah.
I analyzed the matchups real quick with both of them. Fuchs was jokingly asking who he should lead. I said, well, I'm not going to tell you that, but I'll give you the numbers. So.
There we go, and this game is closed.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. So Quince beats Gwen and is now out. So 27 has DeGray and Menelker left, and Fusxfaranto has left
Gwen and BBB.
Gwen and BBB. We're going with DeGray, Gwen. So DeGray was a very safe pick here. DeGray is actually favored against both Gwen and BBB.
Yep.
As opposed to even against Argagarg, which is just out of the equation. So.
Twenty-seven made headlines very early on in her Yomi career by being the DeGray that people actually wanted to root for.
Yes. Turn 1, 10 block.
Yeah, that doesn't seem right.
And turn 1, 10 throw from 27. We have expletives on both sides of the table.
Okay. Could we get a janitor in here? There's spaghetti all over the floor.
It's not even Sunday.
This is a mess. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, 27 is... Her DeGray play is not as frowned upon as other folks' DeGray plays because of her penchant for aggressiveness. She is very happy to go low hand and let moral high ground do a lot of work.
which I assumed was the point of DeGray upon first glance.
And you would be forgiven for assuming that, but then you realize in play that that's not necessarily the case.
Right.
If DeGray goes low hand, he does a huge damage with his innate. But if he goes high hand, he has the threat of huge damage ace dodge combos. Okay, that remedy made sense.
Yes, this is where remedy is going.
Instead of block. Excellent. Ooh.
Oh,
all right.
All right. Here we are.
Yeah. So this has the potential for some huge damage or for some pretty low commitment damage here. Like, you can easily stop here and get the knockdown, even if it's actually a burst, which it is. This is fine.
Yep.
I mean, you would be happy if you did 15 damage there. 15, 16, whatever it was, but
it was enough.
A billion damage.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But the knockdown is fine too.
Knockdown's fine too. You're not sad about that. And the ace is still in 27's hand.
Oh.
Alright, we got a throw here.
Yep.
I love, in terms of design, I love all of the mirroring between Quince and DeGray.
Yep.
Which is absolutely effective with the lore that was built on this game, and a lot of the individual character designs are very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you get some interesting archetypes. Ooh. What's these here? That you don't necessarily get in a lot of other settings.
Yeah.
Like Ghost Diplomat.
Yeah.
Or Ghost Lawyer, I think.
Yeah, Ghost Lawyer. He's a lawyer that's also diplomat because they're not mutually exclusive job titles.
Right.
Yeah.
Oof.
Ooh, that's pretty brutal.
That feels bad.
Yeah. So Fuchs gets the ace.
Yeah, with the straight, gets the ace back.
Gets the ace back and is still up on cards in hand.
Ah.
But.
Okay. Ooh. Who put the Dragon Punch on the king for DeGray?
And for Geiger.
Yep.
Yeah. That's one thing that still confuses me. Like, if there's supposed to be any kind of flavor differential based on where the reversals are. But I try not to think too hard about it.
I can appreciate a character that gets a Falcon Punch and a Dragon Punch.
Yeah.
Oh,
ooh, there we go. Sniff that one out.
Whoa, that's gonna sting.
Yeah. Fuchs said.
No follow-up.
Yeah, no follow-up is uncommon from 27 specifically. I assume she only had, like, mediocre normals to go with it.
Yeah.
If she had any super worth using, she typically uses it there, especially against high-hand Gwen.
Yeah, we know 2 aces in hand now, though.
Okay.
So we can see that real soon.
Yeah.
We can see that real soon to close out this game, in fact.
Absolutely. Oh, there's one of them.
Okay. What do we got after this?
Fuchs has 1 Joker spent. Definitely face down in here, yeah. 27's trying for the lethal.
Oh, wow.
The big lethal. Oh,
yep.
it is.
Oh.
She gets it. Yeah, that's just a ton of damage. 22 damage Q. 50 damage full combo.
Some days
off of a
DeGray.
Dodge confirm.
Some days DeGray eats you.
Oh, God.
Yikes.
Yeah, so DeGray is out now. 27 is on match point here with only Menelker left in her roster.
Right, so 27 has to beat Balbas Beta and Gwen with Menelker.
Yes. Which is a bit of a tall order. Balbas Beta is going to be harder than Gwen. But with Fusx, Gwen is never easy.
Mm-hmm.
He makes you work for it. Turn 1 Queen gets blocked.
Yep.
And in this matchup, it can be difficult. It can be difficult to really get value out of Gwen's speed a lot of the time because of Menelker's ability to power up for black queens. It's very powerful to be able to get 0 speed attacks whenever you want them. Fusx just completely forgetting about one of his character's passives. To be fair, I forget about Relentless Strikes pretty much every time I play against Gwen, and I usually pay for it, so...
Yeah, it's one of those that doesn't always seem to be the focus of the character.
But when it comes up, it can be quite useful.
Yeah, I think Rock Armor is that for beginner players of Rook.
Yeah.
Because Rock Armor is one of those, oh, I don't worry about that. I have a relatively strong grappler, but
right.
Oftentimes, if you can use it effectively, it's what finishes the game for you.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
Here come the kings. So Black King being stuffed is good for Fusx. Not that Gwen really wants for the cards that black specials take, but... Okay, so that Joker was real, and also one of the pump cards that Fusx used was a remedy.
Yep. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
What do you hold on to in that? That's like, what do
With
you pump?
3 cards in your hand, I don't know.
Yeah. What else? What else do you have that's in those 3 cards that's so desperately needed?
Jokers?
Yeah.
Maybe queens.
Fusx is sweating it now.
There's the Joker.
Yep, there it is. All right, well, you don't pump with that, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, absolutely.
There we go. Just grab those back real quick. And, well, Fusx hadn't left the game yet, but now he's definitely back in it.
Right, absolutely.
And
there goes the other Joker.
Was it in deck, not in hand? Okay.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Because that's just miserable.
Yeah.
When that happens.
It wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world because he did get value out of the first one.
Yeah.
If the first one had whiffed and then got Oblivion,
that would just be so sad.
That's the heartbreak.
All right. Someone gets in here and can just combo to her heart's content. And she has a penchant for combos.
Yep.
All right, she's going for the straight here.
3, 4, 5,
Ooh,
6.
4 card.
And a red jack to finish it.
Did we see her get aces earlier?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, me neither. Okay. So we have 2 known aces for her now.
Okay.
Both of these characters' ace throws clash. They have the same speed.
And 27 clashed with a... in a Rook Mirror clashed with Checkmate Busters.
Yes.
So if we see 2 throw clashes for super throws...
from her.
In back-to-back matches with her, I am going to laugh.
That would be fantastic. Oh.
Ooh.
Bone Cracker
that is
into Remedy.
bad.
Is that? I believe that's all 4 remedies for her this game. For Gwen this game.
No,
only 2 looks like.
Nope. Okay.
They bleed together sometimes.
Mm.
But ooh. Takes the ace.
Okay.
So Fuchsia's hand is 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, ace.
Ace. Oh, that's rough.
Mm-hmm. So we're just going into the aces here, and that does it.
That's it. Oh, that is really unfortunate.
Yeah. All right, so Manelker takes out Gwen here in what is on paper a disadvantaged matchup. And now the last match is Manelker versus Balboss Beta.
Nope, that's it.
That's it? Oh,
Yeah,
I messed up. Yeah.
3.
Okay.
Yep.
That'll do it then. I
Right.
lied. All right, we got it. 50 damage with the gray is incredibly gross.
That feels like how, I don't know. I haven't seen a whole lot of 27's DeGray play, but that feels more like the dirty tricks that a real DeGray player uses.
Absolutely.
Deadman calling her out.
Deadman was not paying attention at the beginning of her career when DeGray was the first character she ever played. Well, no, Geiger was. Then she went into Gray and Trock. And she played DeGray and Trock quite happily for a while before dropping Geiger to explore other characters and ultimately now also dropping Trock.
Yeah.
She's pretty happy with this lineup. It's a lineup.
It was the Trock that I couldn't forgive. I can't abide that.
So, good games from our pals here. Spliffed. So, unfortunately, that was an elimination match. Fusxfaranto is now out of the tournament.
And the bold little country of Sealand has just been eliminated from the Yomi Olympics.
God
if
bless.
They had a national anthem, I'd sing it right now, but I won't inflict that on you.
So, 27's still in it, and she will go on to play the loser of Saturninen and Karelad in winner's bracket.
All right.
So that'll be interesting. I know that she played Saturn earlier in her career. I don't know off the top of my head if she's ever played Kara before. But
couldn't tell you.
Nope.
This was a fun match. A little bit cutthroat. I did like that from these guys.
Yeah. Especially with them goofing off so often against each other. They play each other frequently, but in casuals, frequently with random characters. So actually seeing them coming for each other is good.
Right for the throat.
Yeah.
27, I've noticed, can be a little bit risky in some of her plays, a little bit, let's try this out and see what happens. But then in tournament play, it's risky, but for a purpose. For an unpredictability angle that I think works really well. It can be a little bit tough to figure out exactly where 27's going, but it almost always ends up with some pretty heavy damage.
Yeah, in my experience, it's hard to play against her. I've had, at this point, 2 big matches for stakes against her. Yep. Neither of them were in tournament, but they were money matches. First, I played a couple of sets with her as a money match to see who would buy you a copy of the game on Steam.
Correct.
And she creamed me. And then a little while later, we got together in person, visiting you at your home.
At my house, that's right, yes.
And we played a 1st to 10 in paper with actual decks.
Oh, God.
And I crushed her. And she bought me a hamburger from Red Robin. And a milkshake. It was fantastic. Best burger I've had in my life.
There you go.
So.
Well, now, I've just today announced the... I guess it's a money match, technically.
Yeah, it's definitely, there's prize on the line.
Goods and services will be exchanged.
Yes.
We're doing a what we've called full cast consequestes. That's what I've written down.
Yes.
Where we're doing, it's a 1st to 20 in the conquest format, so similar to the Olympics that we just saw here, where if you win with a character, you can't use them again. But instead of limiting ourselves to 3, it's a 1st to 20 with the whole cast.
Absolutely. And
that's gonna be great fun.
it's gonna be brutal, and I'm gonna catch as much of that as I can. But I know that the scheduling gets weird sometimes. 27 working nights, and me being a guy who likes to be in bed early.
Yeah, that's gonna be a little bit weird.
Yeah, but I definitely hope to catch some of that. I'm excited. And what are the stakes on that again?
The stakes on that are the winner is going to get to design 2 T-shirts.
Okay.
One for the winner and one for the loser. They can be the same if you want. That's up to who wins. And the loser is going to have to pay for the creation and delivery of those T-shirts.
That's fantastic. That's so good.
Got a little bit writing on it, but there's a bunch of games that we get out of it, so I'm perfectly happy with it.
A whole lot. It's going to be good fun. I'm definitely excited to see that going on.
Yes.
All right. So, Paul, thank you very much for coming out and recording this with me.
Of course, great fun.
I'm gonna get this posted here tonight, and hopefully we can do this again sometime.
Love to see it up, and I would love to commentate with you again, my friend.
Absolutely. Great fun. All right. Thank you very much.
Rest easy, citizens.
Goodbye, everybody.